After waiting for months on end for MrBeast to make a response for the allegations, he's finally done it. He's finally come out of his little cubbyhole and he said, this is my response, sort of, because I'm not quite there with it yet, but we'll take it. This is better than nothing, you know. This is definitely a stepping stone closer to proving that MrBeast is actually innocent and everything. And he did it by talking to a YouTuber that goes by the name of Umperville. During this video, Umperville basically asked him a bunch of questions related to the allegations, and MrBeast happily replied to all of them. He actually put his hand on the Bible as well to swear that he was going to be honest about it. And to be fair, he does a very good job at breaking everything down. Obviously, he can't quite provide as much evidence as he'd like to because he's literally just talking like it's a talk to a podcast. But the depth that he goes into with things and the way that he describes things, you can tell that there's definitely a side of honesty to it. You know, we don't know if he's directly lying, but in all honesty, with how direct he is with things, I feel like it'd be very difficult to lie. You know, he's being very honest. He has a lot of information in his head. But yeah, I'm going to start off by showing you guys a reason why he didn't respond off the rip, because to be honest, he really does a good job at it.
I don't really know how to like hit this stuff, and I made like a little response video, but that's just kind of not my style, where I just kind of like put a lot of the information that I assume we're going to talk about here out, and it just felt weird. Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I've never been in a situation where people have thrown this much stuff at me, and I definitely could have handled it better. Like, I probably should have, like, the second I could have talked, like, I don't remember the exact date, 2 or 3 weeks ago when we put that report out. Probably should have done something like this right then.
Yeah, in fairness to MrBeast, replying to so many allegations is very difficult, especially with how extreme these allegations have been. Like, each allegation needs to be individually resolved. It's not this kind of thing where you can make a 30-minute video and say, hey guys, look, I'm kind of sorry about this, I'm going to do this, and yeah, the allegations, they're solved. He can't do that, you know, because these allegations are going to such great depth, and some of them are pretty fucking evil. But throughout this 2.5 hour kind of conversation that they have, he does a very good job at hitting the nail on the head for most things, and it does give me hope that we're going to actually see a proper response video at some point. I think we definitely need to give MrBeast some time with this kind of stuff, because it's not a situation where he can make a quick video, you know. If anything, he probably needs to make individual videos for each topic, each being like an hour long or something like that, just breaking down the fact that he is innocent. But anyway, Umperville did ask quite an interesting question. He asked MrBeast if he was going to be suing DogPack, so let's get into that.
Are you going to sue DogPack?
There's tons of examples of him intentionally manipulating things to not be true. Soggy has basically an hour and 27-minute video, and an hour of it is just flat out proving manipulation and lies, and caused a lot of harm to my businesses. I mean, I've literally had people pull out millions of dollars and then tell me it was directly because of his video. And don't worry, I instantly was like, can you send that in writing? So, you know, if I win a case or anything, I can directly point damages. No reason why. Just unfortunate. Like, I don't want to be put in this situation, but probably gonna have to. Every law firm I've talked to, they're like, this would be the easiest win they've ever seen in their life. I mean, it's like crazy.
Yeah, DogPack, brother, you are literally going to be hitting the fucking pack. Soggy Cereal does an amazing job, as MrBeast was saying, at breaking down all of DogPack's lies, and honestly, there's definitely going to be a lawsuit here. You can tell from that video that MrBeast doesn't want a lawsuit. He doesn't want that problem. He literally just wants to make these amazing videos where he goes out there, spends millions of dollars on these fucking massive production things, and just continue what he's doing. But now that he's got this extra thing lingering on him, especially with DogPack, the only way to get rid of it would be a lawsuit, and that'd be the only way to get his reputation back. And I know a lot of people have gone through a kind of time period where they've hated MrBeast recently, and to be honest, can everyone really be blamed for it? Not really. You've got some random guy coming out on the internet, coming out with all these accusations, with this what felt to be evidence, and all of a sudden MrBeast is painted as a bad guy. You know, you can't really be blamed for hating on him, but now that we're starting to see everything come into true light, it's quite scary, and honestly really quite sad as well, because it shows what MrBeast's true character is actually like. You know, he's not this evil guy that's going out with this malicious intent, creating a depressing workplace for everyone, causing all of this damage. He literally just wants to make his videos and enjoy his life. I mean, he's been focused on the stream since he was 13 years old. Why would you want to fuck that up on purpose? It doesn't really make sense, you know. I think everyone kind of lost a little bit of logical thinking on the way there, and I think it's completely valid as well, because as soon as you have someone coming out there, you know, with a flashlight in your face saying, yeah, MrBeast is evil, look at this right here, blah 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 blah, and then they really start implementing shit into your head, you know, it's perfect manipulation right there. You know, and next up, MrBeast was also accused of using child labor for Feastables. Honestly, just an outright evil accusation, so yeah, let's get into it.
100% of Feastables cocoa is fair trade certified, which is expensive. It's basically the most expensive certification you can have on it, which for most chocolate companies would be enough. You'd get your cocoa fair trade certified. Not only are 100% of Feastables beans fair trade certified, but 100% of them, we also pay a living income reference price. They look at inflation, the cost of bread, basically the cost of living in these areas in West Africa. And they say, hey, if a farmer sells you a metric ton of cocoa, they need to get paid blank to actually be able to live. If you're paying under that, it's just not reasonable for them to live. 100% of our beans we pay a living income reference price. So if a farmer theoretically sold us a metric ton of cocoa for, I'll make up a number, $800, and the living income reference price is $1,000, we'll go, hey, we actually want to pay you $1,000 for that, a $200 premium on top of it.
Just want to point out that this is off the dome. There's no script here. He is literally just going off the fucking rip. I don't mean to sit here and glaze this guy, but how can you not call this guy a fucking genius? Like, for anyone who's ever gone out there and just made an aimless video on MrBeast, what is wrong with you? Like I really don't get it. Like, I understand there's been a lot of kind of dodgy situations, which would be fair to talk about, but if you go out there and you just say, yeah, fuck MrBeast, I hate this guy, you're just plain stupid. You've got to think of these situations from every view possible. And honestly, I think it's better to make a video where you're just being honest and you say that you're sitting on the fence a little bit about it, than just dipping over to the side where you're just saying what you think people want to hear. And I think MrBeast talking about child labor here is the perfect example. The amount of videos where I've seen people going out there saying, oh yeah, MrBeast uses child labor, cancel him, things getting worse for him. Like more Pegasus, for example. I've been holding off talking about this guy for fucking ages. I hate him. I genuinely do not like more Pegasus. All he does is go out there, just make shitty videos, makes a shit ton of revenue, makes a shit ton of money, and just constantly damages MrBeast's name. I mean, he's probably got a good 30 videos where he just slanders MrBeast and says, oh my gosh guys, new MrBeast news just came out, look at this, yeah, MrBeast is so bad guys, please give me money, please like my video, and please subscribe to me because my parents didn't love me. That's the kind of shit that we've got going on right here, and it really pisses me the fuck off, because that explanation right there, I have nothing to add to it, because it's above what I could ever fucking say. As MrBeast said, fair trade would be perfect. You could have hidden behind that and there wouldn't have been any problems, but he literally goes the extra mile to make sure that the farmers are taken care of. Anyway, next up I want to talk about the illegal lotteries, because this is a big one. When people think about the MrBeast controversy, this is like one of the main topics. This is literally what DogPack made his first video on, and he fucking pummeled MrBeast into the ground for this shit. And MrBeast does an amazing job at fixing things.
If people want a refund or think for whatever reason, like we did something wrong, like I'll send you a link that you can just put in the description where they can get a refund. Maybe just throw it on the screen here. At the moment, that's all I really have to say. Maybe I could do a follow-up in the future. I'm trying to, dig up all the footage from that live stream. This was like many years ago. Like this isn't like something I did 3 months ago.
Yeah. I know this is gonna sound like a MrBeast glaze video. Maybe I should change the fucking title to just glazing MrBeast for like 10 minutes or however long this video ends up being. But that is the perfect way to deal with this situation. Obviously, he's still doing more research into it. He's still trying to find a better way to solve it. If you bought something during that live stream and you still have the receipt, you can literally go and refund it right now. And honestly, I think that's all people need. The lottery itself was illegal. He shouldn't have done it, or at least he should have made it clear that, there were free entries. That's all he needed to do to make it a legal lottery. Anyway, recently MrBeast got himself in some extremely hot water, the kind of shit that they used to kill lobsters, apart from they were killing the beast with this one, because CopyZilla took a little bit of a deep dive into MrBeast crypto history, and it looked bad. It really did not look good whatsoever. So MrBeast spoke about that, and let's get into it.
The gist of this report was Jimmy is too stupid to like make this kind of money, therefore it must be insider trading. This is his wallet. Clearly there was insider trading because he never would have been able to make this kind of money. When in reality, which is what I told Coffee in that statement we gave him, it was managed by a fund. So I wasn't the one managing the wallet. I've never had access to that wallet. I've never done the buying and selling on that wallet. There's a actual professional who's written books on crypto and lived and breathes crypto every second of the day managing it. So most of the allegations there are just answered by I am too stupid to do that.
I understand it is very suspicious if you look at it on a surface level. I mean, how the fuck would this guy ever have the amount of time to literally be making millions from trades whilst making videos and running multiple businesses? It doesn't make sense, right? But there is an answer to that, and he's just given it to you right there. And I honestly don't blame CopyZilla and the other people that actually fell for that video for thinking that MrBeast is using insider trading, because why would you not? Like, if you genuinely look at that on a surface level, you think, hell's bells, like, how on earth has that guy pulled that off? Yeah, I'd say MrBeast has got a very good answer there. It's the kind of shit where you're in Alice in Wonderland going through a maze and it just doesn't end, every corner that you turn, wrong turn. He's just blocking all these allegations off like it's a fucking maze. It just doesn't end, he's just punching them all in the face. Anyway, next up, DogPack accused MrBeast of using CGI in his videos and basically faking all the extreme videos that he makes, when they're breaking shit and blowing stuff up. And although Soggy Cereal did a very good job at breaking this down and disproving it, if you want to go and watch that video, I highly advise it. MrBeast briefly speaks about it here and he does a very good job at it.
I try to do my best to be transparent. Did you ever see So Crispy's video where they showed the behind the scenes of our Squid Game video?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so we've done that. We've done lots of BTS videos on them, and we've done other BTS videos. So I try to show it transparently, but like also we rarely use it. Like, I mean, maybe like 0.1% of my shots. Like if we have like a background that like doesn't look too cool, like it's just like black, but it looks a little off, we'll just like darken it out in post. Like that's like majority of what we do, or sometimes we'll extend a set. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe just potentially, I don't know, this is the first time I'm saying it publicly, like time stamping in the description when we do.
That's interesting.
Yeah, or like having some like gimmicky thing where like whatever we do, we like put like a little Beast logo on it, so it's like a thing that if people wanted to identify, they could.
To be honest, he's hardly even using CGI. Like, I don't really understand the point of this accusation. And once again, MrBeast is going out of his way here to disprove it. And he's also trying to find methods as well to prove that he's literally just using CGI for the smallest of things. I mean, for the people that really want to go out of their way to dig this up, you're just looking for a reason to hate MrBeast, and you don't always need a reason to hate someone. You know, you're welcome to not like everyone. You don't have to like certain people. You could just say that you don't like MrBeast because you don't like his style of content. That would be more than enough. You don't need to go out of your way to say, yeah, I don't like MrBeast because he uses CGI in his videos, even though he only uses like less than 1%, and it's only able to darken a couple of walls and change some sets around a little bit. I mean, it's just baloney, man. Like, what's going on in your brain? You know, you got to really sort yourself out. But honestly, what I think would be a really good idea for the idiots that still believe that shit, I think MrBeast should make a video where he does behind the scenes of his videos, you know, like a second channel. I don't think it'd be too hard to do. He'd literally just need like one cameraman, maybe two cameramen, to just walk around the sets and just show off what they're doing. And I honestly think a lot of people would watch that. You know, that would definitely work well for an older audience, because I feel like MrBeast content, you don't really get that many older people watching it nowadays. The age gap is definitely shortening as he creates these more kind of gamey videos. But anyway, next up, I want to talk about the investigation, because when all these allegations first came out, the first thing that MrBeast did was actually set up an investigation team where they'd come and, you know, really do a deep dive on his business. And the investigation didn't really go too well. Like, even I made a video on it saying it was a little bit suspicious. So yeah, let's get into it.
Part of that investigation is they recommended that I not talk about drama or really do anything online because it might influence, you know, witnesses or any people they might interview or ex-employees. So it's a little unfortunate because I told them, okay, I'll wait till the investigation is over. And I believe that was literally like a week before the DogPack video came out. And then truthfully, just in transparency, I've never done one of these like big investigations before. And in my head, it was going to last like 2 or 3 weeks. It ended up taking a couple months. Apparently combing through all the documents and doing all the interviews and everything just took way longer than I thought, because I've never had to bring in a top tier law firm and a former federal prosecutor and let him, you know, do this really big thing.
In fairness to MrBeast, it seems like he's just trying to be transparent with everyone. It's not a kind of situation where he's trying to cover things up and whatnot. It's just he hasn't got the right information to really disprove all of the claims at the moment. Obviously, if you want to go and watch the entirety of this video, he does a really good job at going into even more depth than what I've shown. So massive shout out to Umpaville for that. But I do think fairly soon, within probably the next 6 months or so, we'll definitely get a way better reply from MrBeast where he actually goes into depth for all of the accusations. But for the time being, for those of the people that are going out there still accusing MrBeast of shit, you might want to stop, because it genuinely looks like this guy's going to be hitting people with crazy fucking lawsuits. More Pegasus. Brother, get deleting. Seriously, I already don't fucking like you. You are exactly what's wrong with content nowadays. People can't make fun videos anymore and actually talk about things. People have to make these kind of quick little videos where they're just slandering someone for like 20 minutes or something like that. And then it's like, yeah, that's my video, let's go. And it's literally just toxicity and hate. There's never the scenario on the internet nowadays where it's kind of like, you know, this could be wrong, but I'm not too sure. It's always, oh yeah, this guy's accused MrBeast of this. Yeah, so bad. MrBeast's awful. And then that's it. But yeah, I'd say this is a fairly good response from MrBeast. He's definitely done an amazing job of really breaking stuff down. And I mean, you've seen the way that he's actually spoken about things. There's no script there. He hasn't turned up with loads of information written down on sheets, flicking through pages and whatnot. This is all coming from his head. So if he actually had sheets written down, could you even imagine the kind of shit that he'd really go into? But yeah, finally we've got a response from MrBeast. And yeah, that's about it. See you.